Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3 with me, Bragaton. Let's finish exploring this area, we'll go back to camp and talk to our companions, and then I think it's time to finally save Lae'zel. Right, Vampires before Belioth. Our illustrious predecessors, brief notes on the succession of master vampires in Baldur's Gate by Lady Incognita. All dates Dale Reckoning. 612 to 698, Erevask the Forebear. 698 to 713, Zoltan Farr the Eviscerator. 713 to 888, Madame Talon the Well-Preserved. 888 to 955, the Interregnum, Temporary Suppression by Lethendarians. 955 to 998, Lysus the Corfee, who let her spawn in ecstatic blood dances. 998 to 1019, Dixon Nightbinder. 1019 to 1019, he didn't last long. Bibler the Fleeting, oh, that's a fitting name. 1019 to 1138, Hideous Gathwick, who knew not satiety. 1138 to 1204, Danelazar the Architect, who opened the Tourmaline Depths. 1204 to 1276, Belioth the Martinet. And 1276 to present, Cazador Azar the Avid. That should be updated. Also, inappropriately named, it says Vampires before Belioth. It also includes Belioth and then Cazador. Who also gave himself the nickname The Avid. There hasn't been another vampire to come in and write that in for him. Ulma, Cassivora Dofir, Oliver Corlick, Godfrey Mortals, and Caitlin Larsing. Oh, these are the Gur.
Are the gods truly this petty?
You killed one vampire, but released 7,000 of his spawn. Have you lost all sense?
They were innocents. To kill them would have been an even greater crime.
And our children? What of their fate?
Cazador turned everyone we brought him into spawn. I can only assume your children were somewhere in those wretched cells. You'll find them in the Underdark, although you may not like what you find.
This is difficult news. We will need to decide what it means. Thank you for what you have done. Slaying Cazador was a great justice. As for the rest, well, time will tell. I pray the spawn will stay in the Underdark. We will show no mercy if they return here. All that matters now is the future. There are few of us left, but we can rebuild. We can be strong again.
You could have killed them all. You could have ended Tsar's legacy today. Today's battle is done, but tomorrow will bring a new fight.
If you think those spawn will stay in the Underdark, you're a fool. We'll see them soon, mark my words. I'm just surprised you were able to survive, honestly.
I'm a tough cookie.
I will find my little ones. Wherever they are hiding. We will see what can be done. At least Cazador Zar is dust. That is a blessing, if nothing else.
I almost pity the Underdark for what you have released upon it. At least the Vampire Lord is defeated. Cazador will never steal away another innocent life.
Thousands of vampires spawn on the run. We will be busy, no doubt about it. Thank you for all you have done today.
You let thousands of vampires spawn go free. How many will die because you could not do what needed to be done? I pray the spawn stay low. Otherwise, who knows what terror they will wreak.
Anyone capable of killing a vampire as powerful as Cazador has my respect. But you are not a true hunter. Sparing the spawns was an error. Releasing them was an act of madness. You can leave. We'll make sure nothing remains but dust and bad memories.
Alright, I'll leave you to it.
Gods, you'd think the late Lord Gortash was a saint, the way the Gazette goes on about him.
Yeah, it really...
Okay, let's see what everybody has to say about Astarion. We'll go ahead and long rest and grab Minsk.
We did a good thing back there. I won't dwell on the matter. I know that's not a sentiment you're accustomed to reveling in, but rest assured, your actions have spoken for themselves. Go ahead. I'm listening.
He'd hate to hear me say this, but I'm so fucking proud of Astarion. He could have had it all, but he kept his soul instead. Wasn't sure he had it in him, but he's changed so much. Overcome so much darkness. Oh, I could smooch that pointy little face.
Ready and waiting.
Whatever happens next, be sure that I will document it all as accurately as possible.
I bet. Oh, Longstrider.
To forswear the strength of 7,000 souls. That is an act of true strength, says Boo. Astarion may borrow Minsk's muscles whenever he is needful. Brave, powerful, puny Astarion.
Well, he only did it because I talked him down.
Astarion showed restraint where most others wouldn't. He might not appreciate the sentiment, but I'm proud of him.
Astarion resisted the allure of Cazador's would-be powers, and I am glad of it. Whatever he would have gained would have come at a great price.
Yeah, 7,000 souls approximately.
Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend. The road to justice is paved with kicked buttocks. Minsk is honored indeed, but you have not the space,
Thought they changed this. Here we go. You take Astarion's place. He'll stay here at camp.
Boo is at your back. Well, Minskis.
Like how he says that. Minskis. Not Minsks, it's Minskis. Okay, let's get a long rest in before we go hunt down Lae'zel. At least start the hunt for Lae'zel. I don't know that the door, the tombstone shop, is gonna take us down to the Undercity, because we have another passage to the Undercity. I will figure it out.
That's strange. Knowing I'll never hear Cazador's voice again. Knowing it'll never command me to bow against my will. I'm free from him. Forever.
And? How does it feel?
Invigorating. Terrifying. All of the above. I'm still trying to understand it, really. I came so close to losing everything back there. To losing myself. Back at the ritual, all I could see was the power on offer and the safety it promised. I was so blinded by it. Just as Cazador was. But you saw something in me. Someone else I could be. Someone who could break the cycle of power and terror that started centuries ago. You saved me back there. I may not have appreciated it at the time, but I do now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, you saved yourself. I just gave you a push.
You did more than that. You believed in me. Believed I was enough. Just the way I am. When I look at my future, anything and everything feels possible now. You saved me from myself. And let me walk a new path where I can be free. Truly, honestly free. This is a gift, you know. Thank you. I won't forget it. Need something?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, let's finish our long rest. We'll go and check in with our animal companions. It's been a little while.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
Oh. What have you got there, Scratch? Sounded like money.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Alright, let's pet him.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you.
Well, thank you. I'll give him a pet.
Ooh, more.
Alright.
Nice day out here. You'd think the late Lord Gortash was a saint the way the Gazette goes about it.
Let's see, against Ballists.
Won't tell us how Gortash died, though, will they? Classic Balder's mouth.
I'll just stick with fire.
Gods, you think the late Lord Gortash... Gods, you think the late Lord Gortash was a saint, the way he just goes Won't tell us how Gortash died, though, will they? Classic Balder's mouth.
What am I to do?
I should recognize all these spells. They're a little
Gods, you think the
out
late
of
Lord
order.
Gortash was a saint, the way the Gazette goes on about him. Won't tell us how Gortash died, though, will they? Classic Balder's mouth.
Journalism indeed.
That's a little better.
Look, it's so pretty.
Not what I meant to do.
Gortash this, Gortash that. Nothing but the dead Duke in the Gazette right now. The real tragedy here is the Balder's mouth cutting its
I have an
puzzle
idea.
section.
So we can't speak with animals with Boo, but I wonder if Mince can.
Wherever we go, ye gods, let there be something good.
No, we can't select him to talk to him. Oh, that's fair. Alright. That should be enough buffs. Let's head back this way. So how does this tie into each other? Oh, this tells us how to enter the Temple of Baal. So this is the first step anyway.
One day I'll catch a break.
My lungs feel tight.
Such authority.
The good minds get the flaming fist.
Gods are watching me.
Chucking themselves into the chamber.
Repairs payment. Missed this before? Thank you for repairing my wife's vase. She's been sad ever since the upper city was sealed. She can't see her siblings. And this will go a long way to cheer her up, as the vase was a gift from them. I've added a gratuity to your fee to cover your rush and in gratitude for the care you took. Well, I'll be taking that gratuity.
Never much time for lords myself, but from what I read, Gortash was a stand-up bloke.
The locked door has red text on it reading, "All are awaited, all are embraced. None shall escape."
I don't have a great chance. Not that there's anyone else in the party. Examine the red symbol blazoned on the door.
The reddish symbol is vile and repellent, but you're not sure where you've seen it before.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
The door with the red script remains locked. It may open only to a password.
Alright, we can't try those checks again, unfortunately.
The door with the red script remains locked. It may open only to a password.
I speak the passphrase Sicarius, which means murderer or assassin in Latin. This game incorporates a lot of Latin into, well, a lot of aspects of it. Like the password there. Also when you cast spells. Like they say, Ignis when they cast Firebolt, little things like that.
Best be on my way.
Familiar song playing in the background.
Flaming fists this way.
Hmm. I didn't realize we got Woe as well. So it's a +2, it grants Arcane Enchantment. You get a +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. And Arcane Vampirism. When the creatures affected by your spells fail any associated saving throws, you regain 1 to 4 hit points. Also grants Blight and Bound Weapon. The gentle tap 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 of a staff on stone sparked terror for all in Cazador's palace. They signaled an approaching storm. All they could do was shrink into the background and pray its wrath would not fall on them. Oh yeah, whenever I went back to check in on Dufay, who was pretending to be dead. I'm assuming his body won't be there if we go back. This is Flaming Fist that way, so should we go down there first? I mean, this is obviously a trap. Or not? Oh, up, run! Alright, wasn't that bad. Who slipped in the grease? I assume with his tiny feet and short gait, he'd be fine in grease, but guess not. But that trap wasn't particularly dangerous, I guess, unless you get hit by the barrels. Alright, to the Tribunal Antechamber. Do a little quick save. That which
Present
guards.
me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone.
I care not for what you seek. Stand aside.
To passions brash, thou art a slave. This sinful ground shall be thy grave.
I believe you're mistaken. Alright, so we have that which guards. Oh wow, that's a lot of help. That which lurks, and that which watches. That which watches. That's so much harder to say than the other ones. So they have her post. Harry. Alright, nothing. Oh, here we go. Soul Oath. This creature has sworn a soul oath to protect its Dark Master. Should that master die, this creature will also succumb to death. And Martial Undead. An undying magnetism grants the Death Knight a nearby undead advantage against being turned. He also has an additional spell slot, Dazing Smite. When a hit infused with one of your smites, the target must succeed a Constitution saving throw or become dazed. A Dreadful Hewer. Impose a disadvantage on saving throws to resist your spells or actions that inflict fear. Revenant's Ire. Its profane entity's weapon attacks deal an additional 4 to 32 necrotic damage. Okay.
This room will be thy resting place.
Yeah, good luck hitting her. Ow. We have to on a critical hit, right? Ow. That wasn't too bad.
Welcome, rest.
Got a little roughed up though. Key to the Murder Tribunal. An elaborate key plated with silver. Blackguard or Blackguard. It's plate. It's a magical plate. All incoming damage is reduced by 1. Advantage on wisdom saving throw checks. Disadvantage on stealth checks. Break one's oath is a dangerous game. It marks you as a faithless cur, an exile without a cause. This armor is tempered by an age of rocks, blades, and persecution turned against it, and is buffed by the immutable, unbindable will of its wearer. Shield of the Undevout. Oh, and Blackguard's sword. So +2 grants a Dazing Smite, which we read the effect of already. But again, on a hit infused with one of your smites, the target must succeed a Constitution saving throw or become dazed. Formerly wielded by one who forsook all ties of friendship and kindness, this sword is rife with deranged energies. It seems to transmit feelings of contentment when carving through bones. And Shield of the Undevout. Grants Dreadful Hewer. Your foes have disadvantage on saving throws to resist your spells or actions that inflict fear. An additional spell slot, you gain 1 level 1 spell slot. Shield Bash. For once this shield would protect the rallying forces of good. Now it pushes them back. Pressure them against their allies until they pop. So I never use aid from this shield. She doesn't inflict fear on anybody either, so she shouldn't really take advantage of the new effect. But it looks cool, so I might just go with that one. Now, as for this armor, let's take a look at that. If I dye it purple, so it's not much better than the adamantine splint armor. I mean, the splint armor reduces oncoming damage by 2, so that effect is doubled. Also has the reeling effect, and you can't be critically hit. So I actually think the adamantine splint armor is just straight better than the Blackguard's plate. I like the larger pauldrons too. Oh, you get the whole Blackguard set here. Okay. So Blackguard's Gauntlets grants inflict wounds, strength saving throws +1, and attack +1. For some paladins, the ironclad grip that an oath holds can be too much to bear. When these champions fail and falter, the hands they would guide turn cold, hard, and piercing. I was playing an Oathbreaker paladin. I'd probably use the set just for the thematics. Blackguard's Greaves. Strider movement, you gain Long Strider, and Athletics +1. Clad on the desiccated feet of a Death Knight, these boots have walked a long and terrible path. They strode through the tattered remains of their owner's oath. With every heavy footstep, they have sounded pure fear into the hearts of men. I wouldn't mind seeing what the whole set looked like. Okay, well I'm gonna call it here, and next time we'll enter the Hall of the Murder Tribunal.
Still alive, so that's progress.
I guess deal with whoever's in there. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.